Hey everyone. So I have this kind of interesting analogy and story. It's a little crazy, and I was actually reluctant to share it, but I decided there were just some really good messages, and strangely, it felt kind of inspired by nature. So here goes. So a couple weekends ago, I was in a training, and right before it was all online. So right before the training started, I filled my bird seeder, which was right behind me, and got set up. And then we took a break a couple of hours later. And when I went to get up, I noticed there was like this massive flurry of those little ants doing their thing because a couple pieces of bird seed fell on the ground. They were already shelled and they were going to town. And it was like that long army line of ants going back and forth, working like crazy to get these seeds into their their home underground. So here I am, and I'm just fascinated by this. I just couldn't stop watching all this activity. So I squat down and I'm looking at the ants, and they're tiny, and they're dragging this pretty big seed compared to the size of the ant. But what I noticed was there were like 10 little ants attached to the seed, and they're moving this ant along the path until they got down to the hole, the ant hill. And I was like, wow, that's really amazing. And then I started thinking about how incredible it is what they could accomplish together. But there's no way one ant would have been able to carry this seed, right? So then I started thinking about how many people sort of carry their burdens alone, which I know this is crazy, but this just all came flooding into my head. And I just really felt like I had to share it with you guys. So many of us do that, right? We kind of silently carry our burdens. We post all the good stuff on social media when sort of quietly behind the scenes, maybe we're just carrying the load. Maybe it's the load of all of the different tasks throughout the day. Maybe it's the load of past experiences that have just never been healed. But we carry them often alone, silent, not sharing these things. And it just really struck me about how different that is if we can carry those things together. And so then back to the ants, right? So I actually, okay, now you're gonna really think I'm crazy. I actually got a little paring knife and I decided to like cut one of the seeds in half to see how fast they would move. This is all in the span of a few minutes, by the way. And, of course, made sense, right? They're moving a little faster towards their anthill. And then I cut them in half again and watched them for a minute, and they're moving even faster to their anthill. Then I got to thinking, like, the impact of when we lighten those burdens or heal some of the things that we've been lugging, how quickly and more easily we're able to get to our goals when we're not, like, just lugging this around, right? So I know this is crazy. It's a nature-inspired analogy, but it just felt really compelling to me. And the last thing that I'm going to say is, who are those supportive people that you're allowing into your life to help you? I've read many, many times before that we are the sum total of the 5 people we spend the most time with. So who are you spending the most time with? Maybe spend just a little bit of time reflecting on this question. Who do you surround yourself with? Are they fellow worker bees or worker ants? Are they people that are cheering you on and supporting you? Or are they people who are critical or hold you back? Are they people who inspire your healing, who want to rally behind that? Or are they people who really want to keep you small? So I encourage you to really think about who you're surrounding yourself with, and then also really think about, is there a way that I could lighten my load? And certainly, the work that I do with energy healing is really what that's all about. We're lightening the energetic load of all the stuff we've carried around, the energy of the painful emotions connected to our painful experiences. And so I would love to help you unburden your load. So if you have any questions about that, you know where to find me. But just in case, Suzanne at truthorganicspa.com. And I would love to hear from you. So if you thought my ant analogy was crazy, you can tell me that too. If you thought it was nature inspired, there's so many miracles around us, just if I hadn't squatted down to check this out, I wouldn't have been able to see all that was happening right below my feet. So anyway, have a great week, and I'll look forward to seeing you soon.